Good afternoon to you. Today we will continue with the Constitution. We have already seen state executive consisted of governor, council of ministers, and advocate general. Of course, advocate general we have to see, and we have also seen partly state legislature. In fact, in the last class we have seen the composition of state assemblies, readjustment of territorial constituencies after each census, etc. We have also seen there was a provision under Article 333, repeat, Article 333, under which the governor can nominate one Anglo-Indian member in the assembly, provided this community is not adequately represented in the assembly. What is the article number? 333. We have also seen that this provision of nomination of Anglo-Indian member in the assembly has been abolished by the Parliament by the Constitutional Amendment Act in 2019. So, the reservation ended in 2020. Here the point you should remember is Article 333, nomination of Anglo-Indian member in the assemblies as well as Parliament. It was to expire 2020. It has not been renewed after 2020. This point you should remember. Similarly, Article 334 provides for reservation of seats for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe in the assembly of each state on the basis of the population ratio. This was originally intended to operate only for 10 years, but now it has been extended up to 2030. 10 years each it was extended as of now, by which through the constitutional amendment it was now extended up to 2030. Here the point you should remember is Article 334, reservation of seats for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, which was initially intended for 10 years, subsequently given extension of 10 years each. Now it has since been extended up to 2030. See, these 2 points you should remember. You should also remember Article 333 related to Anglo-Indian reservation, and Article 334 relates to reservation of SC/ST in assemblies and Parliament. These 2 articles you should remember. Now we are coming to composition of Legislative Council. Unlike the members of assembly, the council members are elected indirectly. The maximum strength of the council is 1/3 of the total strength of the assembly. Minimum is 40. What is the maximum? 1/3 of the total membership of the assembly, that is the maximum, and minimum is 40. So remember, the strength of the council depends upon the strength of the assembly. For instance, 400 members are there in the assembly in UP and the council members are 100. So, the minimum strength is fixed, 40. It has been fixed by the constitution. But this does not apply to erstwhile J&K, where the council had only 36 members. under the provision of its own constitution. Of course, now this has been abrogated. Just remember. You should also remember, though the constitution has fixed the maximum and minimum strength of the council, the actual strength is fixed by the parliament through a law made by it. The composition of council is given in which article? Article 171, remember. This article also provides the manner of election of the council members. Unlike assembly, the members of the council are elected by a system of proportional representation by single transferable vote. How? Kindly follow very closely, very important from the examination point of view. You have to remember 1/3, 1/3, 1/12, 1/12 and balance. 1/3, 1/3, 1/12, 1/12 and the balance. This is the formula. That is, 1/3 of the total members are elected by the members of local bodies like municipalities, district boards. Another 1/3 are elected by the members of the assembly from the state, from among the persons who are not the members of the assembly. Then 1/12 are elected by the graduates of 3 years standing in the state and residing in the state. And another 1/12 are elected by the teachers of 3 years standing in the state and not lower than the secondary level. So I told you 1/3, 1/3, 1/12, 1/12. These 4 categories are elected by a system of proportional representation by single transferable vote. Now the balance are nominated by the governor. Who nominates? Governor. From among the persons who have special knowledge or practical experience in literature, number 1, science, number 2, arts, number 3, cooperative movement, number 4, and social service, number 5. So remember these items, you should remember carefully from the PT point of view. What are all the areas? Literature, science, art, cooperative movement and social service. Special knowledge or practical experience. Who nominates? Governor. How much? The balance members. That is 1/6. Technically it will come to 1/6. How? 1/3, 1/3, 1/12, 1/12 and the balance is 1/6. Thus 5/6 are indirectly elected, 1/6 is nominated by the governor. The another point you should remember is the propriety or bona fide of the nomination of governor is beyond judicial review. Parliament is competent to modify or replace the composition of council. So, this is the very important point with regard to the Legislative Council. Now, let us see Article 172, which provides for duration of the Assembly and the Council. I told you, Legislative Assembly is not a continuing body, unlike Council. Council is a permanent body, whereas Assembly is not a permanent body, it is not a continuing body. What is the term? 5 years from the date of first sitting, underline, from the date of first sitting after the general elections. On expiry of 5 years, the Assembly gets automatically dissolved. However, the governor can dissolve the Assembly anytime, even before the completion of 5 years. But the election should be conducted within 6 months from the date of dissolution. Now, the term of assembly can be extended during national emergency under Article 352 by a law of Parliament, by parliamentary law. How much time? For 1 year at a time. Extendable for any duration. That 1 year, 1 year, 1 year basis, it can be extended any number of times. Nevertheless, the extension cannot continue beyond 6 months after the expiry of emergency. After the expiry of emergency, it cannot continue beyond 6 months. You should also remember that the term of assembly of the erstwhile J&K was 6 years under their constitution. Now, regarding council, you know it is a permanent chamber, not subject to dissolution, with 1/3 members retiring every 2 years, making the term of an individual member as 6 years. The vacant seats are filled by fresh elections at the beginning of 3rd year. Retiring members are eligible for re-election any number of times. So, this is the duration of the council. Now, Article 173, which speaks of qualifications for being chosen as a member of state legislature, for being chosen to be eligible to contest. What are those qualifications? Number 1, citizenship. Number 2, to subscribe an oath before the nominee of election commission, committing allegiance to the constitution and also to uphold the sovereignty and integrity of the country. Not less than 30 years for council, not less than 25 years for the assembly. In addition, remember, Parliament has made some additional qualifications under the Representation of People Act 1951. What are those additional qualifications which have been prescribed by Parliament through a law? Number 1, a person to be elected to the assembly should be a voter in any of the assembly constituencies of the state. Number 1. A person to be elected to the council should be a voter in any assembly constituency in the state and also qualify for governor's nomination and should be a resident of the state. If he is to be nominated by the governor, then that qualification should also be fulfilled. If he wants to contest a seat reserved for SC or ST, he must be a member of that community. Nevertheless, an SC/ST can also contest a seat which is not reserved for them. Remember, they can contest a general seat. They can contest a general seat, but a general candidate cannot contest a SC/ST seat. Remember, Constitution has also prescribed certain disqualifications for being chosen or for being the member of the legislature, both for being chosen, that is pre-election, and for being a member of the legislature after election, both. What are those? Number 1, holding an office of profit under the union or the state, except that of a minister in the union or minister in the state, or any other office which has been exempted by the state legislature. In other words, the state legislature can declare a particular office of profit would not disqualify its holder from membership. This is number one. Number two, insanity, disqualification, declared by the court. Insolvency, disqualification, declared by the court. Number four, if he is not a citizen of India or he has voluntarily acquired the citizenship of a foreign state or he has acknowledged the allegiance to a foreign state, it is a disqualification. In addition to the above, if he is disqualified under any law made by the Parliament, under this provision, Parliament has made a law prescribing 9 circumstances under which the disqualification will reach. We will see these 9 disqualifications in the next class. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.